Hello, welcome to Raymond Castile's Basement of Horror. We're continuing our look at the Mego monsters. We're looking at each figure individually, one episode per figure. And today, we're going to look at the new Pennywise It figure. It figures, hey. Well, okay, so first let me take a look at this, because I haven't really looked at it myself. I actually have several Mego It figures. I just somehow ended up with a number of them. I didn't really seek it out. Because the first one I bought didn't have the collar, and then I bought another one that did have the collar, and then I won a free one. And then now I've got this one, so I got a lifetime supply of Mego It figures. So here's Pennywise. And this is his acid-stained face, where the kids are, I think they're using their imagination to they're weaponizing their imagination. I don't think they have real acid. I think they're believing they have acid, and so that makes it real. I think that's how it worked. So they're able to fight back against Pennywise, but then they just have to face him again when they're adults, so they just delayed the inevitable. They didn't finish him off. He has an impressive face. Some people have said the head's too big. I mean, well, Pennywise kind of does have a big head in more ways than one. So I don't know if that's really inappropriate that he has a big head. But it looks really nice. I like that they gave him rooted hair instead of sculpted hair. I think that's a good choice for this particular figure. Here's the back. That's Tim Curry as Pennywise. And this figure is wisely based on the 1990 television miniseries. I think it was only 2 parts. I think it was 2 parts of 2 hours long each, so 4 hours total. And I did watch it when it was originally broadcast, and I haven't watched it since. Not because I'm scared or anything, just haven't been interested in seeing it again. I was there when it was broadcast, and I got the message. I experienced it. I'm good. I don't need to revisit it. I've seen clips. on YouTube. And I saw the clip that this figure is based on, where they disfigure him, but only temporarily, because he's a shapeshifter. So how do you really disfigure a shapeshifter? You don't. You can't. Well, let's take a look at the earlier Mego Pennywise. So here's the first one they made. Was this 2020 or 2019? I don't remember, but it's it's a year or two old. There's the first Pennywise. That's a really nice figure. That's one of their better figures for sure. It's one of the better ones that Mego's made. There's the back. And NECA also made this version of Pennywise, and around the same time too. And so this Mego looks really good. When you compare it to the NECA one, it doesn't look as good, but there's something to be said for the simplicity of the Mego. It's a Mego, you know. It's got a more basic kind of look, and that's part of what the Mego style is. Now, when I look at these together, the card art is very similar. So the figures, well, there's a color difference right off the bat. Obviously, the head's different. I mean, that's a given, but there's a difference in the costume. So there they are side by side, and you can see that the new one has a darker costume. And I don't know if that corresponds to something in the movie or not, or if they just decided to make a different color costume. I don't know if he's darker colored in that scene, or if they just wanted to differentiate it from the earlier one. I don't know. And then here is, it's kind of hard to, maybe I should do it the other way here. So there's the difference in the sculpts. They're both nice. I prefer the first one, the unscarred one, but they're both nice. They're both nice sculpts. They both have their balloon. And you can see the cards are very similar, not exactly the same. There's some difference in the size of the logo, and the size of, well, Pennywise up in the corner looks like he's the same size, but the It logo is a different size. And then on the back, I don't know if it's kind of hard to get them both in there. So you can see that there's a difference in the size of Pennywise, and then the new version, he's much bigger on the back. He's much bigger on the back, and I think that's better. I think it's better to have him that big, as opposed to the earlier one, which is a lot more white space. I don't know what the point of that was. I don't think that's very flattering to have all that white space. I think that's better. That makes more sense. Which one's better? Like I said, I think the first one without the scarring is the superior one, but yeah, I can understand why someone would prefer the other one. They're both good. And I also, I can imagine another figure where he might just be smiling and not growling. I think NECA had alternate heads with theirs, and you could make him smiling or growling or whatever. So it's interesting that for a scarred look, they couldn't have him smiling. But, we could see a third Pennywise from Mego with a smiley face. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Maybe they could give him like a monster hand. because you can see his hands, his real hands, I guess. Well, he's really, in this miniseries, he's like a spider creature. But his real hands are closer to what you see there, instead of human hands. So what can I say about them? They're both really nice figures. Like I said, they're among the better figures that Mego has made. And I prefer the earlier one, but the new one's also very nice. I like the yellow color on the earlier one. I'm covering up my mic, you probably can't hear me. I like the earlier color on this one, the yellow color, more than this sort of brownish gray poupon mustard, this mustard seed color on this new one. I don't know which one is more screen accurate. I have no idea. or if his costume changes color in the movie. I don't know. But it's both nice. I don't know why they chose to revisit Pennywise. It's kind of an interesting choice. Why did they do that? Was the first one such a big seller? I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. But it's of all the ones to revisit, I wouldn't have thought we'd get another Pennywise. And we got another Hannibal Lecter in this new wave, which you'll eventually see here. So that's interesting. The ones they're choosing to give us variations on. In the past, when they did a variant, it was like glow in the dark or something. Now they're doing different. They're reissuing a character with different head sculpts or different colors. We'll talk about Hannibal when we have him, but there was a logical reason to do the Hannibal in a different outfit. There was a reason for that made sense. In this case, I don't know if it was just Pennywise was very popular. Maybe the first figure sold really well, so they thought it was worth bringing it back. I don't know. But it's a welcome addition. I like Tim Curry. I'm not a huge fan of the miniseries or the more recent feature films. I don't dislike them. They're okay, but I'm not passionate about them. But I like Tim Curry a lot as an actor. I like Tim Curry, so it's good to. You can't have too many Tim Curry action figures. I'd like to see more Tim Curry from Mego. You know, maybe a Frankenfurter. Who knows? Whatever. We'll see what they do with him. But I think the world is a better place with more Tim Curry in it. I think that's all we need to say about Pennywise. It's a cool figure. Both of them are cool. You could debate which one's cooler, but they're both cool. And the scarred one, if you really like Pennywise, well, you've got two to choose from now. And like I said, we might see a third one. I can imagine a smiling Pennywise in the future. I could see that as a third variant, perhaps. At least there's room for a third one if they wanted to do that. All right, I think that's all we need to say about Pennywise. That's it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Until next time, the one who dies with the most toys is dead.